Okay, so the therapist's role. So this is where it gets a little murky. Again, so they are asking the therapist to do an assessment of the client. So from an ESA letter, they want a diagnostic code. So if you're a therapist that doesn't really do a lot of diagnosing or billing out to insurance or anything like that, that might be an issue for you. But they definitely want a diagnosis and a code on that letter. And they want to know how did the client present to you? Not in the letter. They're asking the therapist to do this for the letter. You have to assess the client, make sure you understand what the diagnosis is, what led you to believe that this emotional support animal would benefit this client, what are the behaviors the client is exhibiting that makes you believe that the emotional support animal would help in alleviating or de-escalating those symptoms or behaviors. They're going to want you to do a full assessment of the animal. And this is where it gets really, really challenging because we're not veterinarians. We're not animal behaviorists. And yet to write an emotional support letter, we're being asked to go outside of our clinical realm and to assess the animal. So they're not asking you to do a physical exam, but they're asking you to use your assessment skills to see, is this a well-behaved animal? Is it paying attention to its owner? Is it obedient? Is it friendly? Is it paying attention to what's going on? Is it easygoing? What's going on here? And what's the interaction with the client? Do they have a good bond? For those of you who are at my pet loss thing, we know about the bonds. So we know about are they uniquely bonded? Are they intensely bonded? Is it just a casual relationship? And not that that matters a whole lot, but we do know that the animal responsiveness as an emotional support animal or a service animal is going to be greater at the intensely and uniquely bonded relationship. So we're attesting that they have a good working relationship, that they are bonded, and that this animal is clear about what is expected of him. So it is appropriate when you're doing the assessment to ask for a demonstration of this emotional support animal's ability to de-escalate or to help in whatever the capacity they were trained for. So, and you're allowed to do that because that's part of your assessment. And then when all of that is done and you feel confident, then we can go into the ESA letters. So the ESA letters are usually requested for when somebody needs to travel or there's a housing request. For me, all of my requests have been for housing. So I think that's the biggest challenge.